Yes, here we are, recording in progress. So we're going to sit up and we're going to close our eyes. If you can sit up a little higher, put yourself on your blanket, put yourself on your bolster. Perhaps sip your water nearby or your tea or your coffee. In mindfulness, when we sip our coffee or tea or any beverage that we have in a real mindful way, we just kind of taste and smell the aroma. Then it brings us into a place of present moment awareness. And if you are holding your tea or coffee or something in your hands, feel if you can sense any warmth coming from the cup or the glass or coolness. Notice any aftertaste that may be present in your mouth. Notice how your breath is right now. Perhaps take another sip. Notice how the liquid goes down and into the body, into the throat. If you put your glass or your cup down, notice how you mindfully place it on the ground and bring your hands back to your knees. You can bring your first finger and thumb into a mudra, chin mudra, which is the individual, which is you, and the collective consciousness, which is the thumb. And we bring it together as one energy, which is what we are already, but we cultivate a deeper understanding of that when we practice chin mudra. The chitta is when we move into the spirit. We move into the all-knowing place inside of us, our being nature. That place within us that's never been separate to any other being, to any other country, to any other animal. That place that's deep and represents us quite well. And we are a piece of that puzzle. Each one of us is stars living here down on earth, shining our light. So feel, take in that light and shine your light from the inside out. Feel that vibrational energy that makes up who you are and what gifts that you bring to this world. We're all bringing gifts into this world. The gift is our presence of our being. The gift is who we are. The gift is even looking at our broken parts and loving them. Sometimes we'll run into someone, or we have a really good friend that we're having problems with. And sometimes it's certain aspects of ourselves that we've run up against more than that person. So sometimes when we're with someone, we don't really like what's happened or what they're about or what they said. We're kind of getting a clue as to, sometimes we're getting a clue as to how deeper we can go into our own self-discovery of where we get stuck. Right? So our relationships become our teachers. The circumstances in our life become portals of self-discovery where we might get triggered in the moment, And it might bring on like a post-traumatic stress of like something that happened to us in the past. But in the moment, we're getting triggered by something. And so it helps us to move deeper into that healing of whatever it is that we need to heal. Could be abandonment, where we've been abandoned before, or where we haven't really been there for ourselves, where maybe we've abandoned ourselves and not given ourselves exactly what we would give another. We've given ourselves less. So I ask you right now, if there has been some hiccups this week inside any circumstances, any relational get-togethers, gently just open up and see why that became present for you, why it happened. See if there's a lesson there. And sometimes it's not about getting all heady about it. Sometimes, you've probably heard this before, the issues get stuck in our tissues, right? So that's when we work it out through our physical practice, our asanas, our body. Sometimes these older traumas just kind of get stuck within us, and we don't have to have a major trauma that's happened to us to feel that we have had things that have happened. We're also different developmentally. We've all gone through different things in our lives. What's good for someone may not be good for another. So we have to honor any feelings that do arise. Not that we are somehow special than another, but that we are certainly unique. So in this moment, tap into that place, that deeper place within you, and just kind of give yourself a little pat on the back. Perhaps, don't be so hard on yourself if there has been a conflict this week. See it as an ultimate learning. An ultimate learning to where we can be a bit more compassionate with ourselves. There's always room for more compassion. There's just always room for loving ourselves even more. We might think, oh, it's as far as I can go. But in actuality, once we move deeper into our spirit self, we see that there's no ego there. So we don't have to put up any fronts. We don't have to trying to find the word. It's like the ego wants to run the show to make us look a particular way so that we're safe. Ultimately, the ego wants us to be safe. But in being safe, we're sometimes robbing ourselves from the realness of who we are, the authenticity of who we are. Our humble nature is really where it's at. But we also have to feel safe with another to be able to express that, right? So that's where boundaries are important. But as we move into this deep time of spirituality, we also see we have a lot of Jupiter openings in astrology this month. So things are moving us to expand our energy, to open more. Just like we're literally opening up more, shops and stores and things like that. We're being asked to open up more within ourselves. But then there's also energies of Saturn with the astrology right now, where that tells us to boundary up, put up those boundaries, be safe, but at what cost too? So just finding that balance, and you'll know. And it's not about being perfect in our delivery. We feel like we've gone too far with the boundaries. We can always say, hey, you know what? I think I was protecting myself back then. I am wanting to be more open. So thank you for being patient with me. So in this very moment, just sit back on your seat. Know that you are exactly where you are meant to be, because you are there. That's evidence in itself, right? Not that there's this major destiny happening, because we really are these co-creators, you and me, everyone. We're co-creating our reality that we're living in every moment. That's why we can get like a psychic or intuitive view on what's happening. And then the very next day, the cards, they all change because we changed. So in this very moment, rise your crown up high, open your heart. Feel your sit bones grounding down into Mother Earth, creating an anchor for yourself all the way down to the earth. See yourself have an anchor down to the earth. So now you're grounded. If there's anyone or any project or anything coming up into your mind's eye, gently allow them to go down your rabbit hole, which is down the depths of the earth to the anchor. Because if projects or people are coming up into your energy space, might be too much that we don't need to hang on to right now. We can let them go for this period of time, for this hour. Yeah, so kids, any animals, down the chute, lovingly, right? This is your body, you're unique. Energy is a real deal, right? So if we're feeling a bit heavy and we don't know why, it could be that we're holding on to other people's energy. We're soaking it in. We don't need to hold it right now. We can let it go down. Let Mother Earth hold it. She is there for us. Any work projects, down the chute, laundry, down the chute. Notice if you're getting some confirmations right now. Maybe there's a gentle breeze that came your way, confirming that this is right for you. So sometimes when we do too much or we've outputted too much energy, we feel a little low in energy ourselves. So I want you to imagine this beautiful sun above your head, and you're calling back your energy, you're calling back your power. It's above your head, and from every little inch side of the earth, planet, country, your energy is being called back into the sun of your own heart. Amazing. And then you're going to flood yourself with your own power back again in your body, and it's coming down from the crown to the third eye, to the throat. The sun is so warm and it's just enveloping you with your own energy back. You're in yourself again, in your power. You're recharged. This whole next week is all about recharging. Right? We're writing that new moon energy. If you haven't already set your intention, we're going to do that right now. So bring your hands to prayer position. Go ahead and bow into your heart. Gratitude for this time that we get to spend together and with ourselves. So now that you've called back your energy, is there a particular intention that comes to you quite naturally? Is it one word? Is it an affirmation? Is it a dedication? Voice it to yourself 3 times. Let's chant Om together 3 times. Feeling the vibration of your intention. Feeling the vibration of your intention as you Om. Let's take a deep breath in. No. 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 Go ahead and open up your eyes. Keep your gaze soft. Just you and your mat. Go ahead and turn your palms open. You can grab onto your knees. Let's move a little bit. We sat there for quite some time. Let's bring the knees together. Hopefully you're feeling more grounded. You can see your anchor being lifted up from the earth now. Yeah, you're still grounded, but you are movable and you are in your body. So we're going to come onto all fours, hands and knees. We're going to come right into child's pose as a little stretch since we sat there for a while. Big toes touching, knees apart. You can use your bolster, your blanket, whatever you have. Yep. Forehead down. And perhaps even turn your head to one side if that's appropriate for you. That's it. And I want you to get in touch with your breath, with your conscious breathing. So go ahead and inhale for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath for 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay there for 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pausing, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going. Go at your own pace, maybe 5, 3. Inhaling, holding for 3, exhaling for 5. Connect with the pauses. Connect yourself with the pausing. Since we're into the summer months or summer, it reminds me of swimming. This activity reminds me of inhaling and doing your flip turn. So doing a flip turn, and that's your pause. So you can see yourself do that, even if you're not into swimming. And how do you turn? Do you turn just to get to the next side? Or are you in your transition mindfully? Not even conscious of the fact that you've got to get to the next side, but that you're just in what you're in. Turn your head the other way if you haven't already. And then go ahead and make your way up, all fours, hands and knees. Spread your fingers wide. Have your hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath your hips, maybe knees in just a little closer. Find the arched spine, inhale. And then find the rounded spine mindfully. So I'm just taking it super slow. Chin is in. Inhale, arch. And exhale to round. So even here, there's that pausing before you go to the next thing. Be mindful of it as you transition, and that's it. See if you can soften your legs. See if you can be present to the inner edges of your legs, inner thighs. Soften them. Come into more of a neutral spine. So now you're not rounding, nor are you arching, and we'll take the right leg back. I want the outer right hip to drop down. So you're lifting up through the inner right groin. You're lifting your head up, your chin's away from your chest, back of your neck is nice and long, your right toes are spread wide, and the left arm can go forward as if you're shaking a hand. So left thumb up. There's movement here. In the stillness, there's movement. In the stillness, there's an ebb and a flow. The breath is there. Hear your breath, Ujjayi pranayam. Yep. Release it down. Mindfully switch sides. Left leg will go back. Outer left hip will drop down. The belly draws in and up. The heart lifts up, but it also then melts. Chin away from chest. Inner edge of your left thigh is lifting. Shake someone's hand with the right. Right thumb up. Hear your own breath breathing you. Spread your toes wide, left foot. Now, the more that you give your body, the more that you will get. So give your body more oxygen. Give your body more of that inhale, and the exhale will happen. Go ahead and release. Take the knees back and flush it out. Hip circles at your own pace, at your own degree. Head moving side to side. This is like a little discovery time. It's like, okay, how you doing today? Like, that's what we do right now. We just kind of go in and say, hi, body. Where are you tight? How can I be of assistance? Where do you need my attention? I just tend to go side to side, changing the circling as it feels right. Come all the way down into your belly. Take your arms out in front of you, forehead down. Stretch all the way out. Press down through the tops of your feet. Nice, you guys. Now, you're stretching back, your knees are up, so it's really super slight. The tops of the feet are pressing. Now just gently lift your head up. That's all. Hands are down, palms are pressing. Doesn't that feel clear? Do you feel that clear line energy? So the palms are pressing, the elbows are on the ground, the head is lifted, the tops of the feet are pressing, but the knees are up because you're stretching. And then we'll take the arms out to the side, keep a lift through your belly button, and lift your head. Keep a lift through your belly button. The legs are not up. We're pressing down through the tops of the feet. Are you breathing? Give your body more oxygen. Yeah. And then you will receive. Bring your forehead down to the ground. Drop your hands down. Bring your fingers back into that cobra position. So this is that baby cobra. Spread your fingers wide. Have the hands out a little bit further than you normally would. Fingertips line up with the nipple. So just kind of your back there. Elbows draw in. Elbows draw in. Draw in through your belly button. Ankles, heels come in. Tops of the feet press down. Feet are hips distance apart. Draw in through your belly. Elbows in. Head comes up. And you're not coming up that high, but do you feel it in your back? Shoulders are back away from the ears, elbows in, pressing down through the tops of the feet, knees are up. That's it, that's baby cobra. And then head comes down, take a breath, let the heels fall. Let it out through your mouth. Let's go again, elbows in, heels in, press down through the tops of the feet, draw in through your belly. Shoulder blades on the back, heart opening, chin opening, shoulders back, let them go back, elbows in. And then come up, this is the big cobra. Coming up. This is not for everyone. You can stay where you're at. If you don't need to come up today, that's okay. If you want to bring those ankles in, shoulders away, elbows bent, downward facing dog. Take your time. Knees can stay bent. You can walk it out. One heel, then the other. One heel, then the other. One heel, then the other. So that breath is quite present. Right? You guys can probably hear mine. It's pretty loud. So in through nose, out through nose. Ears are lining up with the arms. You can lift your head up, move your head left to right. And then gently walk your feet all the way up to your hands. Perhaps your blocks are there. Separate your feet. Toes are in, heels are out. Bend the knees, especially those of you folks who are a little bit hyperextended in the knees. Knees have to kind of stay bent. All right, so lengthening out, heart lifted, nice long spine. Legs can move to straighter, but just be mindful of lower backs. Lift up your toes and then put them down. Spread the toes wide. You're not gripping the toes. Bend your knees a lot now. Arms out to the side. Lead with the heart to come up. Reach all the way up high. And then exhale down to your sides. Do a few shoulder rolls, back and away, back and away, back and away. Open the chest, open the chest. Back and away, back and away. Keep going. Keep breathing. A few more shoulder rolls. Smoothing the camera back. Back and away. And then just take bigger movements here with the arms, back and away, like you're doing backstroke. Nice. And then go forward. forward. You can bend the elbows. Nice. Good, you guys. Yeah. Nice, Julie. All right. And then come to the front of your yoga mat. Kind of got those shoulders a bit more warmed up. Do you have a strap? So grab a strap if you have one. Let's see. I'll give you one here. If that's okay, I'll give it to you. There you go. Yeah. So bring the arms out to the side with the strap. So this is the one we normally do, okay? So arms are out to the side. If it needs to be a little bit wider so that you don't bend the elbows, go ahead and do that. Also, let's add one thing. Let's go ahead and get the block all the way up inner groins to get them activated. Yep. Arms are up. Take a deep breath in and then slowly going back, slowly going back. So if it's not happening, take the arms wider, wider, wider to let it happen. So I think we need to do like, I'm not kidding, 100, but let's just do like 10. And let's just make it fun, right? Close your eyes, keep breathing. Thighs are going back because the block's there. It's like a little aid in helping us to remember thighs back. Nice straight arms. It's like we're a massage therapist and we're getting into those shoulder blades right now. Get there with the breath. Get there with the breath. Close your eyes. Meditate on the sensation, the feeling. Get to understand the body that is here right now. All right, release the strap just to, just like a doctor, like their stethoscope, I think it's called. So just like that. And then take the arms out to the side. Palms are open. Take the right arm out in front of you. It looks like this. And then take this one here across. And you're stretching the outside of the arm, the shoulder. You're moving. The left arm is trying to move the right arm to the left side. Take the arms out to the side. Go the other way. Left arm goes to the right. Right arm comes up. Breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. All right. Right arm comes up. Bend that right elbow. Try to go down the middle of your back and see if you can start to come up and find the hand. If not, guess what you've got right here? You've got your strap. Breathe deeply. Yeah, that's it. So once you kind of have it, be aware to open the heart and the head. So let the head go back. Maybe you're not pulling as much because you want to relax your neck as best you can here. You can pull with your hands to feel a bit more of a stretch there. Deeper breaths. All right, change sides. So now the left arm reaches up. You're going to bend that elbow and go back with the right hand. See if you can grab onto the left hand. You'll know, like mine is not really that open here on the right side. So I'm gently going to guide my right hand over to the left. That's as far as it wants to go. So then I'm going to grab my strap. See if my right hand can find it. And then I'm going to pull up. Pull up. Now that's heavy duty for me. That's where something is going on. So I'm going to breathe into that. Put light into those areas of darkness, right? So it's kind of like we've moved away from the light and we can learn from the dark. So If you're there, if you're nursing a little injury, just be kind to it. Let it know that you're with your little friend, the injury or whatever's happening. Maybe it's an emotional moment that's coming up. And you may have classes where you're quite emotional, right? When things are just kind of leaving the body. And then you might have classes where you're just in ultimate bliss. Not one is better than the other. It's just the days of our lives, really. Right? So important to detox, important to let go, and important to hold on. Sometimes we do hold on for longer periods of time because we don't have the lesson yet. So just not being hard on yourself. All right, let's release it. Shake it out. Shake the hands. You guys feel that energy? Like that was a lot where we held it for a while. Now, since we have the block there, bend your knees and sit back as if you're sitting back down into a chair. So all the way back. As if you're going to give birth to this block. So back, and down. And then arms are going to come up. Palms can face the front. Elbows back. Shoulders down. Open your heart. Open your heart. Breathe. Sit down. Lift your heart. Lift your heart. Look up. Long spine. Squeeze the block. Squeeze the block. And then check it out. We're going to come down. We're kind of falling. We're bending the knees. Downward facing dog. Slow, 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 because you're keeping your baby where it is. Come back. Keep your baby where it is. Check out down dog now through feeling. How different does that feel, huh? With the block? Hopefully it feels like kind of supported, connected. So that's the work of the inner groins. And so we're kind of strengthening it and giving it voice when we put the block there. We say, hey, you got to work too. If the inner part of our body works, what do you think happens? The outer shines. The outer is like not having to do all the work, right? We look so much more beautiful when we're shining from the inside out. So that's where we're at with this. Okay, rock forward to plank. You've still got your baby there, so hold on to it. Come forward, draw in through your belly, lift your head, melt your heart, heels back, draw in through your belly. You've got this. Breathe through this challenging moment, lift your thighs, and then go all the way back, downward facing dog. Baby intact. Good job, you guys. 3 more breaths here in down dog. Almost, almost. 1 more deep breath. Keep the baby there. Drop the knees. Keep the baby. Come down. Dolphin. Come down. Palms touching. Elbows together. Ish. So you can do a little measurement with the elbows and keep them that distance. Drop your head. It looks like my head's touching the ground, but it's really not. Curl the toes under. This is for the upper back. Hips go up high. Draw in through the belly. Baby stays. Draw in through your belly. Let the head drop. Lift up through the front of your legs. How does that happen? Kneecaps lifted. Heels dropping. Belly drawing in. Heels dropping. Lift up your toes for a moment. Lift up your head for a moment. And then let it rest down, but it doesn't touch the ground. Are you breathing? Maybe you can bring your feet closer up towards your head. Maybe, oh, no way. Stay with it. All right, plank position. Feet go back, but forearm plank. Draw in through your belly, in through your belly. Press the palms. Breathe. Drop the knees. Grab onto your block. Let the block go. Enough of that. And then come all the way down onto your belly. Forehead down. Spread your fingers wide. Take the hands back. Press the palms down. Line up the fingertips with the nipple line. Elbows in. Heels in. Feet hips distance apart. Heels in. Kneecaps lifted. Draw in through the belly button. Head lifts. Cobra. Press down into your palms. Shoulders away from your ears. Elbows in. Elbows in. That's it, Julie. Loving it. Forehead down. Curl the toes under. Downward facing dog. Your body is going to remember that you did have that block between your legs. Can you see or sense how down dog is a little different now? It's had a bit of a wake-up call. It's like having a real baby around Joe. or you're a dog mom, or you're a mom to your auntie. Like, it's that outer manifestation. It's like, oh yes, I get the teaching now. Okay, walk your feet all the way up to your hands. Inhale, lengthen, gaze up. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, arms out to the side. Press down to reach up. So that was a little remedial today. Remedial doesn't mean easy. It just means we kind of broke it down a bit. Okay, so shake it out. Shake out your feet. Breathing in and out through your nose. That hasn't changed. We're going to step the left foot down into the earth, and we're going to lift the right foot. So you're going to lift it up. If you notice you're a little wobbly, get off your mat and get on some more sturdy ground. Yeah. Bend that knee and then bring that foot all the way in to the inner groin. You can tap at the wall with the left hand if you need to. Nice. And if you want to take socks off or anything, you could. Crown of the head lifted. Keep the breath flowing. That's kind of where the balance comes in. Breathe and everything will be okay. Breathe and everything will be okay. So check it out. This is not for everyone, but let's see. I'm going to turn my right foot more open. I'm grabbing it onto it with my left hand, and I'm allowing my right knee to kind of fall more open. It's a bit more of a hip opener here. Stay with what you have if that's what's working. Right hand could go to the heart. Isn't that a great teaching? Stay with what you have. If it's working. Sometimes we make our lives so complicated. Work with what we have. All right, so releasing it down and then just kind of shaking it out. All right, so other side, stay in your body, stay in your body. You're right here right now in your body. Sometimes when we do challenging things, we kind of are beside ourselves, right? We kind of, for a second, just get out of the body because it's too much. I would be beside myself if that happened to me. Doesn't that make sense now? It's like too much out of the body, and same like a yoga pose. That was too much. No, we want to feel that pose. We want to feel life. And we move through the lesson when we do that. Okay, so left foot forward, bend the left knee, bring that foot to the inner edge. all the way up. I think it was Pema Chodron that said, we keep getting those same lessons in different forms. So just slowing down enough to feel the lesson at hand. Maybe this lesson is just to breathe. Find balance in breath. Finding balance in breath. Want to let you guys know that I've stepped up my physical yoga practice, and it is so hard. It doesn't just come easy. It is definitely a practice. Notice if you're gripping in the right foot. Notice if it's like shrinking and coming in, if you can just lengthen the metatarsal of the right foot. Notice if you can do that. And then let's go into the opening of the hip where we bring the left foot more open. That right hand hangs onto it from the outer. Yeah. And this left hand just kind of does what it wants to. Smooth, deep breath. Smooth, deep breath. Beautiful, you guys. Loving it. I love your focus today. Okay, so releasing that foot down, bringing it down, and then shaking it out. Shaking it out. Okay, good. All right, so come to the front of your yoga mat. Let's do some standing postures. I know we kind of just did one, but it's more of a balancing. You can be on your yoga mat. If you find that you've got more grip on the hardwood, you can do that too. If you've got your socks on, you want to take it off because it's less, if it's going to be slidey, you can. If not, that's fine. Let's reach the arms up high. And let's exhale, come all the way down. Hinge at your hips, fold into you. Inhale and lengthen, gaze up. Rock more forward. Exhale and fold, bend your knees, left step, step back. Plank position. Take a deep breath in, inhale. Exhale, knees, chest and chin to the ground. Cobra or up dog. What are you ready for now? Elbows in. Press down through the tops of the feet. And you want your ankles to come in. Throw it into your belly. Go into downward facing dog, hips up high. Lift the right leg up, but you're only going to hip height. Step that right foot all the way through to that right hand and drop your left heel. If it needs to be picked up and taken up further, do that. And then reach the arms up, warrior one. So arms come up, right knee's going to bend, right hip back, left hip more forward. Just be here, straight up and down. Shoulders are tight, palms forward. Shoulders not tight, palms coming into one another. Right hip back, left hip more forward. Straight back leg, breathe. Stay with this. Deep breath in. Exhale, release down. Step yourself back, plank position. Inhale. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. In through the nose, lion's breath. So poke your tongue out and give it your all. Deep breath in. One more time. Deep breath in, poke your tongue out, let it out. Move your head left to right and lift your left leg up just to about hip height. And then gently step it through to your left wrist. Drop your back heel, heel to heel. Relax your toes, walk yourself up and reach the arms up high. Deep breath in, left hip back, right hip more forward. Bend the left knee, bend the left knee. So excited for you guys. This is like such a moment here to be in summer time and to be able to move the body like this. We're so gifted with so much to move deeper into our physical practice with the heat. Okay, one more breath. Inhale, left hip back, right hip more forward, press down into your feet. One more breath here. Sorry, we'll do two. All right, release the hands, straighten up your left foot, pivot your left foot in. So you guys are gonna face that way. Yeah, yep. And then you're gonna grab your blocks. Can you guys grab your blocks? So bend your knees to grab them. Padarita Padachanasana. I want you to have the blocks down pretty low. So take them down a notch. Line up your big toes. Take the feet a little wider. Amazing. Do you guys feel it already? It should be happening. I like to lengthen my spine out first and draw in through my belly. So some teachers will say flat back, but it really isn't a flat back. So I don't say flat. I say lengthen your spine. So heart forward. Yes, that's it. Toes in, heels out, and just find more expansion by breathing. You've got it. That's it. Julie, you can go up a notch with your blocks. So like this, up to the higher level. There it is. Yes. Sit bones up high to the sky. Okay, so some people are looking like I am. Some are down with elbows. Okay, they're not better. Not any stage is better. You got to make it be completely unique to you and what you need. Otherwise, it won't help you. So keep breathing. Maybe bring the feet in a little closer, toes in, heels out. Nice straight legs. Sit bones rising up towards the ceiling. Sit bones going up higher. And now bend the knees, come down onto your knees. Check this out. Complete flip turn, you guys. This is for my shoulder blades. This is for my head. We're gonna take a little moment in a back bend. So hopefully you guys can see me. We're taking one block for the shoulder blades right at the bra strap line, right at the bottom of the shoulder blades, yeah. And then we're gonna come back. If you don't have two blocks, maybe what you're gonna do is a long blanket to at least open up your heart, or a pillow to open up the heart. I'd love the bum on the ground and the legs out straight, or soles of the feet together. Find a place where you can comfortably be here. Comfortable is relative, right? So it might be like, whoa, this is such a deep heart opener. I don't know how comfortable this is, but I can be here because I'm going to breathe into my heart. Stay with it. Deepen your breath. So I'm going to come close to you. So I'm putting on my mask just to be sure. And now I'm going to bring this back. Head down. And come up a tense. This part. So this part come up all the way up. Okay, now come back. Moving hair tie maybe. Moving hair tie. Yeah, there. How's that? You getting it now? It's intense. Yeah, it's a heart opener. So it's going to be like right in the heart. So, yeah. I want you guys to be there for a few breaths. Okay, because we haven't forgotten about standing poses, but we're taking a detour. Isn't that what life does? So we're learning how to just go with the flow. Little detour, little back bend with the restoration of the back bend. So definitely want your deep breathing here, your deep awareness Go right where you're feeling the intensity. Go right into that area, please. Inhale to exhale. Inhale to exhale. Inhale to exhale. Another minute if you can. It's good to stay here for at least three or 4 minutes if possible. One more deep breaths. Okay, so to come out of it, what I like to do is just kind of roll to the side and then come up into a seated position. You could be up on your knees or just cross your legs. And just, you know, I'm sitting up high on a block. I want you to be with what is there. Feel free to just kind of tap at the third eye very gently. It's bringing in the energy of the inner knowing, the Chitakasha, the activation of the I just know. I don't have any scientific proof, but I feel it in my bones, that kind of knowing. Making that stronger within you. And then sitting with what is as the heart has just been opened. Being with the nature and the breath. So we'll go ahead and open up the eyes. You can release down your hands. And why don't we come up to standing, but if you've got your blocks nearby, position them to either side of your yoga mat. Actually, if you know you use 2 blocks for triangle, have the 2 blocks stacked. So that's what I do for triangle. So I'm going to start with my left side and I'm going to come up and I'm going to have my left heel intersecting my right heel. If you're feeling a little bit open today, your left heel is going to intersect your back middle arch. Okay, so just kind of see where you are. Yeah, I put hands to hips because I can feel it. I can feel it be more straight on in a way. Like, check it out. If we don't have hands on the hips, do we do this? A little kick at the right hip. That's okay, but just know that you're doing it, right? So arms come up, inhale. Reach towards the left side, so towards the front of you. Oh, and the blocks go to the outside of the left foot. So just make sure that they go there. The front foot is facing forward. So just to the outside of it, Julie. Yep. Yep. And the foot facing more straight on, front foot. Uh-huh. Amazing. Come down. Left hand down, right hand to right hip. So we're going into this more remedial today. Doesn't mean it's easier. Just means that you have to be a little bit more mindful. Head back, upper body back, elbow back, right thigh back. Left leg is starting to straighten. May not straighten in this lifetime, but it's getting there, right? Yep. But not all the way to where your hand leaves the blocks. We want the hands on the blocks. We want it to have some stability there. Yeah, right shoulder back, right arm up maybe. Head back. That's it. Bend the left knee, warrior two. Bend the left knee, warrior two. So you're coming up to stand a little bit. Dancing warrior. So nothing changes in the lower part of the body. And I'm going to bring my right hand and I'm going to take it up towards the middle of my spine. Breathe. Yeah, that's it. Warrior two. Check it out. I'm going to grab my blocks. I'm going to pivot my left foot in and I'm taking it over to the outside of the right side of the foot. And I'm going to drop these blocks down. So now this side of the room is the back, but it's really the front again. So both blocks to the outside of the right side of the foot, both feet down flat, right heel intersecting left heel. If you know what you're doing, you're coming into triangle. Right heel intersecting back middle arch. If you're feeling more open, that's it, you got it. Arms up, deep breath in. Exhale, reach towards the right foot. And the right hand drops down right where it needs to, right? You're not just going to force it to drop down. You're kind of slowly inching towards the blocks. And that might mean that the right knee begins to bend so that you can do that. Stay with it. Smooth, deep breath. There. Left hand can go to left hip. Head can go back. Yeah, amazing. Heart can open. No, stay where you were. But like heart open. There. Yes. Stay with it, you guys. 2 more breaths. As you guys know, I can't help but to teach what we need to be doing in this moment. It's like more intuitive flow. So we can say we're doing a flow class or a hatha class, and then it's gonna have to change if the feeling needs to have it change. It's just as simple as that. It's just how we need to do it. That's how our life goes. So bend the right knee, come into warrior two. Bring the arms up. Amazing. Dancing warrior, left palm down, right palm up and over. Yeah, up. You got it. Bend the left elbow, take it back behind you, up towards your middle back. Yeah. Are you breathing? Deep breathing in and out through your nose. Oh, head back, upper body back. Nice, you guys. I love it. Okay, windmill your hands down, right then left, where you are. So now you're kind of at the back of the room and come into downward facing dog, or the back of the outside of the planet. Those of you outside. And come down, Chaturanga Dandasana, or down dog for 5 breaths. Chaturanga Dandasana is knees, chest, chin, moving into your open heart. And if child's pose is calling your name, please go there. Nice. Keep flowing. This is at your own pace, always. So beautiful. And then eventually make your way into your child's pose. Be there in your child's pose. Embody your feeling. Embody where you need to be. Just loving it, you guys. Beautiful. A mindful pigeon pose. How do we do that? So lately, I've been working with 2 blocks in front, and I've been going higher with a bolster. So I've been putting the bolster in the middle. You don't have to. You can use your blanket, or you can use a couple of blankets. The higher we go, sometimes we can stretch a little deeper, sometimes. So I'm going with the left leg forward, and I'm going to slide back and be right on my pelvic floor, right on the bolster. Now I know that I can stretch my left hip back more. So I'm going to lift my left knee up. I'm going to make my left shin more parallel to the front of the yoga mat. Yeah. Yep. I don't want any pain in my left knee. If my left knee is bothering me, I'm going to come onto my back for thread the needle. Slide the right knee back. Those of you who are with me with this pigeon position, open up through your heart and slowly make your way down onto your forehead. Find your bolster, find your blocks, find what you can so it can support you. Stretch your outer hip, that sciatic area that runs down your leg, the attachment from the butt, from that left side butt down a little bit. You'll know when you're there because it'll be like, yeah, I got it. So then you're breathing, relaxing your hands. So you can be on your back halfway through. Julie, I would recommend thread the needle. So check it out. Stay there, you guys. Make sure you can just be there for a few more breaths if possible. Those of you who need to be with thread the needle, your left ankle would be to the right knee. And then the right knee would hug in. Yeah. Love it. And if your head needs support, those of you on your back, get a blanket. Loving that. Those of you who are in pigeon pose, change sides. Those of you on your back, stay there for a couple more breaths on that same side. And you might want to change your side through down dog. You hear your breath like the river flowing. You might be doing something, but the river is still flowing. You might be so far into your yoga position, but the river still flows. Life still goes on. If you're on your back, you can feel free to change your side. Those of you in single pigeon, on the second side, stay there, please. 3 more breaths. Make sure you're changing your side, those of you on your back, for sure. and everyone change your side. Yeah. Right. So just understanding that just like these yoga positions, we could be busy in our lives with, for me this week, it was my dog. We thought she was going to pass away and she's only 4 years old. We did all these different tests, right? Everything you can imagine. She's on a different antibiotic. We think she's going to be okay. But life still goes on. The river still flows. The laundry needs to get done, right? You need to be taken care of. You know, the shopping and the food needs to happen for the family and yourself. Yeah. So I guess that's my point. The river still flows, whether we like it or not. I learned that big time when my teacher said to me, Mellara, would you stop feeding Charlie just because Leela needed your attention? No, I wouldn't. And that requires so much about mindfulness. That requires so much about awareness, not just the smarts of our brain, but other portals of energy that we utilize. So let's see, we've done the outer hips, we've done a massive heart opener. I kind of feel like we should go for a twist now. Lay on your back, get a strap, bring it to the ball of your right foot. Come onto your back. Those of you who are not there, take your time. So taking it to the ball of the right foot, left leg down. Left hand to the outside. So now that left hand grabs onto both of the straps. The right hand goes off to the right side. I want you to lengthen out through the right side, and the right leg goes out, 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 and then it drops over to the left, and the left pinky toe drops to the left side. We're going to try to keep the right shoulder descending to the right side, and we're going to look over to the right arm. You can even pick up the right hand for a moment and just kind of guide that right hip away from you, and then gently bring the right palm down, right shoulder down, breath deepening. Okay, come back, release the strap, hug the right knee in, and then release it out. And then bring the left knee in and bring the strap to the left foot. A little stretch through the hamstring. Right hand, left hand is holding on. And then the right hand will grab onto both sides of your strap. Take the left arm off to the left side. If you know you need to, you'll know. Like I know right now, I've got to lift up my bum and move it to the left. I can tell that that would help me. So lift your bum up, move it to the left. Maybe you're the same. And then drop the right leg down. It's straight. Left leg's going over to the right side. Both legs are straight. Right pinky toe is dropping. Left shoulder's descending to the left. I'm gazing to the left. Sometimes it needs a little bit of guidance. The left hand on top of that left hip, telling the left hip to go away from the heart, away from the belly. So I kind of just get my thumb right in that groove and lengthen it out. And that changes a lot of things. Do you guys feel that opening through the hip and the lower back? really press it away from you. That's super healing. And then releasing it and just going with what you have. Okay, amazing. Release, Shavasana. Yeah, that quickly. You can do a happy baby. You can do something if you think you need it. But I feel like we covered a lot today. So let's get a good Shavasana in. Put something underneath your knees. If you need it, maybe your blocks. Turn your palms open. Don't disturb yourself too much. Really just like, don't make it perfect. Like, you know, maybe get your strap, put it over your eyes. Sometimes we make our nest so perfect that you can't even rest in it. Right? We get ourselves so tired because we've done so much work to make the nest just right. Find a balance where maybe the furniture doesn't have to match, right? Where the kids don't have to have every little thing, where certainly, you know, you're just living this life that's just more flowy, more realistic, more unique. Let the body relax into itself. Let the hips and the bones fall and be held by Mother Earth. Relax your jaw. Let go of the doing and just be. Be with the river flowing. Be the river flowing. Begin to become aware of your surroundings, all the different noises, all the different sounds. The sounds up in the sky, the sounds in the trees, maybe the sounds in your hotel room or sounds in your home. Just become more aware of your place in all of these sounds. You're part of the river flowing. Gently move your fingers and your toes and roll yourself to the right side. Make a pillow with your arm. And just take your time to be seated. There's no rush to come up. Kind of like our practice is this ever-changing movement of a snow globe, right? Everything just kind of gets shaken up. And as we sit here and as we just laid in Shavasana, everything just magically just kind of moves into maybe a different position because it needed to be shaken up and moved to bring in and invite new energy into your body. And we have that now with the new moon. We will be supported with a new beginning today and for the next week or so. So feel that energy building now. You can start new things. It's there for us. It's being supported by the planets. Let's go ahead and bring our hands to prayer position. Go ahead and bow into your heart. Give thanks for your practice today, for all your effort. Give thanks for your physical form and how it's holding it all together. The spirit form, how it holds up the human scaffolding and animates our life, animates the body. So spirit first, creativity first. Tap into that today. And let's seal our practice in with one Om. Let's take a deep breath, maybe three. Let's do three. No. Remember, when you need to make any big moves throughout your day, anything important comes up, sit with your truest nature, which is right here, right now, with the heart beating. Maybe do 10 minutes of breathing to get yourself into that field of energy. Thank you so much for being here today. Namaste. Let me just turn off the recording.